It's been a while. I haven't been on for quite some time. Not even got really any other excuse other than lack of motivation and just feeling a bit shoddy, if I'm being honest. But who else hasn't felt like that through COVID? But I'm back, and I am, even though I say it 101,000 times every time I do a video, I am gonna start posting more regularly and making one every week, because with being out of work at the minute, like, I need something to do. Like, I need to make something my job, because this is a joke. So today I'm going to be doing a video of all my first impressions. I've bought a bit of makeup over a period of time, and I've just been keeping it to one side because I want to do a video where I literally just judge everything first time with you. I've not touched it before, I've not played with it before, it's all completely brand new. So I'm going to go through and it'll be a case of you being able to see on my face straight away whether I think something's good or not, or I think something's shoddy. I'm going to insert a little clip here. So this is literally everything that I've got. I've got a bit of everything. Obviously I can't use everything on my face that is in the video, because that would be bloody possible. So like I said, it can continue to be something. I keep dropping little things that I've not used yet into videos. I'm going to try and do my full face with stuff I've not used before. And some stuff I do love, and some stuff I think is going to be something I just have to keep playing with over time and get to love, hopefully. Some stuff I may never pick up again, but you'll soon find out. This is the look that it's going to be. What a nice floating spotlight eye. But I hope you enjoy, and here we go. So I mean, if this doesn't get you going, I don't know what does. I need this on though. Since I've had this blonde hair, literally it's just orange central all around my head from my foundation. So I've got panda ears today and a pale as out face compared to my hands and neck, but we move. So I've already put primed my eyes. So I've put the PLouise base in Room 2 all over my lid, nice and thick, so that I've got it all ready to put the shadows down. So we're going to go into the Clientele palette by BPERFECT Cosmetics and Jar. It's neutral colours in. I've not used this yet as well, so I'm intrigued to dip in. So I think I'm going to go for like a rose goldy look today. The first colour I'm going to dip into is GG, which is this like dark burgundy sort of colour. Then I think I'm going to go GG Sweet As Blush, and we're going to do like a floating spotlight eye today. I'm going in with a Morphe M507 blending brush, taking a good amount of GG on the brush, and I'm just patting it onto my lid. Oh, it's nice and pigmented, and there's not a lot of fallout, which is always a good sign. And you don't want to get it right on your inner corner. If you get it right, you want to just leave sort of a bit of a gap, because you're obviously going to be blending out as well, and you don't want to make your inner corner too dark, because it'll make your eyes seem smaller. So just literally patting it onto the lid and into the crease, leaving like a little bit of a gap. You want to get quite close, but leave a nice amount of gap in the middle of the eye. Now you've sort of got it on nice and thick, and you're starting to keep it rounded and see that shape come through. What you want to do is, with what's left on your brush, dust off any excess. And you just want to soften those edges so they just look nice and gradiently faded. You've not got like a harsh line. You want to try and keep that gap up, and obviously blend it a little bit so it's closer, but try not to get too, so you've got enough space still for the next blend. Now you've got your desired shape and your nice soft edges. I'm going to dip in a Sweet As, which was the nice pinky peachy colour next to the burgundy shade. I'm going to use the same brush, just a different one. We're going to dip into that. And you're going to want to just sort of go 50-50 on where you've blended it out and above. Now I've got that blend perfect. I'm going to go in with Asha, because I want it to be peachy and a bit warmer on the edges. We want it to be blending out lighter. And just go back in reverse, so back in with Sweet As. Again, now you can sort of picture it. But you could do this with any colours in the palette. Like, I was going to do a brownie look, but I thought I always do browns and gold, so time to do a change. I think you just go off colour, don't you? Like, I think we're on a night out now. Like, I remember when I was younger, I used to literally like go in with like the maddest colours to go and get my makeup done, because even though I could do it myself, you just feel nice when someone else did it. But then I'd be like, I want to go out with purple or like blue liner and all this like crazy stuff, and now I'm like, Bands and Goods. But for the gram, I love doing a bit of colour and a bit of something different. I used to like go out with proper mad looks on, like I'd go to work like crazy. I remember, if you remember Lady Gaga at was it the Met Gala? I think it was. And she had the massive gold eyelashes. I made my own. These big long gold lashes out of bloody gold card, and I rocked about like that all day. Where's my confidence gone to do that now? Nope. Right, so now you've got your blends how you want them. You can keep going in and touching them up and messing with them anyways. I'm going to take some of the PLouise base on a Morphe M562, and where that little bit of skin is showing, you want to put the base onto that. Try and concentrate getting the most excess of your brush in right in the middle, and then when your brush is sort of like empty, you want to pat it and blend it into the edges. And you don't want to you want to keep that little top bit as thin as possible. You don't want that to, because this is what makes it the floating spotlight. You don't want to make that as thick as your bottom bit. You sort of want it as if it's like a triangle, so you give the illusion that the glitter's fading up. So next I'm going to put a pigment on. I think I'm going to delve into Popping Candy by PLouise. I did get loads. I went on Depop. I love a Depop because you can't get the pigments on PLouise anymore, and I've wanted them for ages, and this amazing girl sold me all 8 pigments for 20 quid, which is amazing. So the PLouise pigments are so glittery, they're beautiful. So we're going to go in with that all over that little area. Use the MAC 221S, just to literally, we're going to place this glitter all down where we've just put that base. And then what I'm going to do is another little trick. Take some eyelash glue, put a little bit on the back of my hand. I just use Duo. This is the best eyelash glue ever, for reference by the way, for anyone who needs to know. Take the tiniest little brush. You can use anything. I'm just using a little Geneivive 238. It's so small. I'm going to take this glue. You don't want it to be gloopy, and you're going to pat it just down the middle of where you put the pigment. And where you put that glue, you're going to pat this, and it just makes it a little bit more intense. So now I'm going to use a heavy metal glitter liner from Urban Decay and grind over the top of the glitter. I did also get Distortion and Midnight Cowboy as well, which is a gorgeous gold over the top of a bronze eye. They're amazing. So now I'm just taking that grind liner and applying it right to the centre of the spotlight and fading it out all the way up to the top to give us that extra See Us From Space sparkle. So as far as first impressions go, must have. Gotta have the PLouise glitters if you can get hold of them. Are honestly going to change your life. And the heavy metal liners, like since I've had them in my kit, it's just up my game, my makeup game, like so much. Especially if I'm doing anything glittery, like I would recommend getting any of them. Like I got mine off Depop and they were in the box, perfect. I think it was £9 off someone secondhand who's hardly ever used them, as opposed to like £17 in store. But I know some people like to buy things new, but in these times, can we be fussy? No. So now you've got the top on, I'm going to put some base underneath the eye, and then I'm going to go in and just put some shadows in there as well. So in the spirit of trying to use everything new that I've bought, I got 3 of the PLouise pastel bases. So I think I'm going to put a bit of the pink one in my waterline first, and then put the base on. Just a flat brush. And then I'm going right up to the waterline. And I'm just going back in with GG underneath the eye. I'm going to leave the middle like that. And then I'm going to take Sweet as Tea. Like when I was younger, I used to swear by a wing. I could not have a wing on. Like if I didn't have a wing on, there was something desperately wrong. And then just taking Asher again, just to soften those outer edges as much as possible. Dip into this pink, just to still keeping it like that. And then you're just going to do exactly what you did on the top with your glitters. They're so big, these PLouise tubs as well, like that's winning me over massively as well. They're insane. Honest to God, just So you can see all the glitter in the air. Just take your grind again and run that down the middle. That's that eye. Grand. We've got a nice pinky blend going on. So as for eyes, I would say, then I've got Ken Stars. These, the pigments and the clientele palette. I'll give the pigments and the heavy metals 10 out of 10. Lush, can't fault them. Clientele palette, I'll probably maybe give an 8 out of 10. The pigment's gorgeous, the colours are beautiful. I'd like a couple more blending out shades. That's literally it, and then it would have been a 10. So I'm gonna go off, do the other eye, come back on. We'll stick my lashes on and we'll do the rest of the face together because I've got loads of stuff to try on the face. So I'll see you in a second. Boy. So now the eyes are on, I'm going to go in with the new Geneivive Tatti Lashes. These are in TL Jamie 1. They're really fluffy. They're lush for like the natural for every day. Like they're just one of those lashes. So I'm going to just pop some glue on them. I have also moisturised my face. Also a little tip and trick I do after painting the lash. I just paint a little bit on my skin in the corners. The hardest part, like the hardest bit to get the stick on. So while those lashes are just doing the thing and I've put some glue on, I've went and wet my sponge. This is a new Morph sponge. I haven't used a sponge in forever because I have got, and this is the thing I've been most excited to try, I haven't used a new powder in ages, is the Boon Soft Focus Loose Powder. Got translucent because I wanted to see how it was, and then if I like it I'm going to get fair. But how she does it, so I'm going to pop in at the end of this video I'm going to look like Holly Boon because, oh, how pretty! I'm so excited. Very excited and hopeful. I want to look smoothed. Right, so I'm going to stick my lashes on. It's like boom. Lashes are on. So, the foundation is, I'm a bit late to the hype. I've been watching some videos about it because I wanted to get double wear again to try, and I was like, do I want to spend £34 on some foundation? No. So I looked up and everyone was talking about the Primark Double Coverage Perfect Matte Foundation. It's supposed to be the exact same. It's supposed to be like the perfect dupe. Again, I watched Holly Boom try it. She did half of Estee Lauder and I couldn't see the difference. So I thought I'd give it a try. I'm not going to apply it with a sponge because I want to give it a fair test because I don't normally apply my makeup with a sponge. I use a nice big fluffy brush, so that's what I'm going to use today. The shade I'm using is Toffee and it's £5. £5. For a broke ass bitch like me, thanks to Corona. It's perfect. Oh. Seems a bit thicker than double wear. It's not as... Oh! Shot out. Oh. Yeah, it seems a lot thicker. Double wear, when I've had it in the past, sort of runs off the back of your hand. This is quite like... Which is a good sign for someone who likes to kick it on like me. I'm just going to use my Peaches PC26. Oh my Christ. That is perfect match, by the way. What the fuck? I'm shook. Smells a bit more perfumed than double wear. Being funny, my skin feels very perfect. I don't hate it. Look at that. For £5, you're getting that kind of coverage. I just think if I was going to do it again, I'd moisturise a bit more. Really, I have a really bright under eye today. It's just the Infallible More Than Concealer. Amazing. So I use this concealer every day. I have a really bright under eye today. Sorry, I just thought I'd skip me blending that in. It always takes me ages to blend out my concealer. That is dead good concealer. That one was just shade vanilla. Normally I use latte and then put a little bit of vanilla on top, but I thought with me wanting to do a bright under eye today, and then because my skin just feels to me a little bit light compared to what I normally have, I'm just going to use the MAC 24-hour concealer in NC50. It's like a really brown shade, just a cream contour a little bit. I never normally do this either, but we're doing new shit today. I do just a little bit. This is the first time I'm doing this, by the way, so just bear with. Holly Boon powder now. I'm gonna look like Holly Boon afterwards. It is very smooth and it is nice. It doesn't feel like I've got loads of powder on. I'm gonna take that and powder my forehead, my chin. And my skin does look really nice and smooth. I've got a little bit of texture going on around here, but that's nothing to do with the powder. That's literally just my skin. So my next bit is what I'm most excited to try. I love the packaging of Decay. I've wanted to try it for so long. It's not a bronzer. I've just took it upon myself to try this. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is the Stay Naked the Fix powder. So it's a powder you can pop all over your face, but I'm just going to be using it for my bronzer. I've got the shade 70WO, which is a dark warm orange. I just love the packaging. I really wanted it in my life. And it's like this sort of shade. So it's like a nice bronzer shade. I'm going to try it. As far as the bronzer goes, I really like this as a bronzer. Blush. And then got another new thing to try for my skin, which is my Holly Boon Cosmetics blush, which I'm really excited to try. This is the self-made blush. It's like a nice peachy tone, really nice. I've been dying to try this as well. Ooh, that is a very me blusher. That is such a nice peachy tone. I really like that blush. Now I'm just going to go in and we're going to bake underneath me bronzer. It's been that long since I've used like a loose powder, so it's going to take a while to get used to it. I just leave myself looking like a bit like a coke hop. And people wonder why it takes me so long to do makeup. Dance party do. What do I do now? Brows. So for brows, we're going to use the PLouise Also Browtiful. The shade I got, just like everything else, it's not the perfect shade, is a bit dark. It's the shade Espresso, but not mine. So it comes as a mascara, but I haven't got those kind of brows, unfortunately, where I can just mascara my brows. It just doesn't work. So I'm going to just squirt a little bit of it out, because you can use it like a pomade. That's what I'm going to do. It's not that bad a shade. I think I just look at my ginger eyebrows and I'm like, why have you done that? It's quite nice as a pomade because it's not too thick and heavy. And then I like to hair stroke my brows at the front. I did used to use the Urban Decay brow blade, but someone left the lid off and it dried out. Don't know who it was. I mean, what idiot would do that? I went off camera to do the other brow, but as you can see, it's gone alright actually. I'm impressed. I like it better as a mascara, just not on me. I prefer it on other people, but I'm never going to knock PLouise. So now that's done, and pop a little bit of mascara on. Oh, but we all have like that face we pull. Last but not least, got highlighter and lips. So again, I've been on BPERFECT Cosmetics and got the Sub-Zero Mitchell palette. I've not used this yet myself at all. It was £10. Yeah, all these. This one I'm using, ooh, is Lifestyle. Ooh. I'm gonna go in with OTT now. It's nice as a topper. I like them. Last but not least, I've got the two PLouise lip kits. So I'm gonna go in with, I don't know which one's which. I want the one that's got a bit more of a pink in it. Oh, this is the pinky one. Pick right. So this is Take Off and the lip liner standards. I'm so excited. You've got no idea. Ooh, and they've got a pencil sharpener in there. Oh. Very almost like if Dolled Out and Myth had a baby. I blend my lipstick in my fingers. They're really pretty. The other one's like a more browny nude, I think, but I like that. Buzzing. So now that that's done, all I'm going to do is I'm going to go off camera, sort my mop out, I'll come back and I'll review everything that I've used. But that's the finished look, which I don't hate. I just think there's a few things that I need to either carry on having a play with, and there's a few things I wouldn't have done as well, but we'll come back. See you in a sec. Here I am, minus the red panda ears. This is the finished look. It's a nice floating spotlight eye, nice pinky tones. So I'll go through what I think are worth it and what are not worth it. Like, I wouldn't probably advise you to buy. PLouise pigment, yes. So the shades I got, they're just amazing. The Lash Forever, they're such huge pots. I've got Sprinkle of Passion, Popping Candy, Gold Digger, which is like a rose gold, Sugar Daddy, which is like a blue, we all want one of them, Goldgasm, which is like a really nice gold, Icy, which is like a minty green, a Desire, that's beautiful, a Pinch of Seduction. So that's them all. If you can get them. I got mine off Depop off second hand. I 100% think it's worth investing in or trying to find. The other things I obviously rate are the heavy metal glitters. I think you definitely should get some of those in your life. They're just going to make everything pop a little bit more, seem a little bit more sparkly. Like, it will just make a massive difference to any glitter looks that you do, whether you're cutting the crease and you do it over the top or you're doing a blown out look. They do them in so many different colours. The next thing is the Sub-Zero palette. This, like, for £10, I'm not really gonna grumble, but like I said, the shades in it are quite like, they're not what I'm looking for. Like, I love me MAC Whisperer Girl, I'm still on the hunt for something better than that, and this just isn't it. It makes lush bronzer topper though. If you want in a bronzer, it'd be quite glowy. These are really nice to put over the top. As far as highlights go, maybe on fairer skin, but on me I like a really golden highlighter, and there's just not really one there. Something in between these would have been perfect, but I'll use it again. Just, I wouldn't advise you to go out and buy it. The Clientele palette, this is quite handy. I think I got this on a Facebook offer as well for £20. To be fair, it's not a bad palette. It's got everything you need, some really nice browns, really nice tones. It's probably one of those you could take away with you if you just wanted a palette for, like, if you prefer just simpler, nice neutral colours. This palette's really good for that. The other thing I will say is I wish that there was more lighter shades for blending out. Actually, you could probably use with loads of them, but like, I really want to try a look with the greens, and there's just not a colour you could blend out with. So that's the only thing I would say. But if you keep an eye out on Facebook, you can get it for 20, and I think it's definitely worth it. The Holly Boon blush. I love a peachy blush, and I think it was 17. I think for the price of it and the size of the pan and the colour, she does other shades too. Absolutely perfect. I love it. I'll definitely be using this again. I love MAC Peaches, so for me this is really something really similar, and that I will use on myself and on clients as well. The Holly Boon powder, this, I do love it. It's really lightweight. I just think I need to get a grip with applying it more. We'll use it again. I think for £13 it's definitely worth it. Feels really similar to Laura Mercier, and that's got a much heftier price tag. The packaging's beautiful as well. I'll try it again tomorrow and just keep persevering with it because I love it so much and I love her so much, so it must be good. So I'm going to keep trying with that, and it has given me like a nice blurring effect in the area on this side more so. This side I've got a bit of like, I don't know what the hell's going on with this side of my face. There's spots, there's crisps, there's blah. But this side has gone really nice, so I think it's just a case of trying again, but I love it. I would definitely advise to go on Holly Boon and get that. For the bronzer, the Urban Decay Naked The Fix, I really like that. It's really neutral, like it's got a nice warmness to it. I think I would love to try it without doing the cream contour, because that's what's made me feel a bit almost like cool toned here. I'm not about a cool tone bronzer, I like to be orange. So this without that would be a win, and it's really nice and buildable as well, and I can probably use it as an all over powder, so I think it's a really nice alternative to use. The Jamie Geneivive the Geneivive lashes. 100% yes, anything she sells I will buy and put in my basket and use. These, I've literally been using these for weeks. They still look like brand new. They're so fluffy and pretty and just, yes. Yes, 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 and yes. Anything Tatti Lashes and anything Geneivive. Add to your basket. Primark Foundation. Not sure how I feel. When I was putting it on, I really liked it, but the more I built and the more I put on, it does look cakey. I think maybe I just need to work out how much I put on, because with Studio Fix I do put quite a lot of layers on and build it up, but with this, maybe I don't need to do that. £5, why not? Throw it in when you're going to get your jewellery and your lashes and a couple of socks and some pyjamas. Just chuck it in your basket. You won't even notice it when you get to the till. The next things are the PLouise lip kits. 100% worth it. The line is beautiful. The packaging's unreal. The lipstick actually is magnetic, so it's such a nice component. You get the little sharpener as well, because that's normally my pet peeve with twisty up liners. You can't sharpen them, and I like mine to be really sharp. I think for that price, you pay what, just for a lipstick in like say MAC, £17. You're getting a liner as well in that. So the bases, well, I think any PLouise base is worth it. I use the pink one, but like I say, I've got the other colours there. 100% worth it. They don't shift, like you can see that colour in my waterline hasn't moved. Perfect. Just one of those products that everyone should have something in the kit. You can even use this as lipstick, as blusher. Morphe sponge. Morphe sponge, a nice sponge. I don't normally use sponges, so can I comment and rate it? Like, as far as sponges go, it felt nice. It went on nice. It wasn't a bad sponge. It was soft. What more can you say about a sponge? Don't think it's worth £8. But a sponge is a sponge. At least I've got one now, I suppose. Oh, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you've learnt a few tips, got a few things that you're gonna need to have in your basket. Urban Decay heavy metal glitters, get them in your basket now. Anything from PLouise, add that in your basket now. They've got clear pay, you don't have to worry about it. Just split it up into 3 payments, it's nothing, she says as she spends £100. And she's still paying it off now. It's fine. Yeah, that's today. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you like the look. I already can't wait to wash my face. I've just got to that point, especially with like lockdown and stuff, like, oh, makeup seems like so much on my face, and then you've got to put a mask on and it's like, ugh. But I hope you're all well, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you back soon. Bye.